Hello students, in this video I am going to continue my previous topic, that is function of hip joint. So under this, today I am going to explain about the motion of the pelvis on the femur. So the motion of the pelvis means here only the pelvis will move on a fixed femur. So this type of motion is occur in weight bearing position. So weight bearing position is also known as closed back position. So here our femur will be fixed, only the pelvis will move on the fixed femur. Now under this, our first movement is anterior and posterior pelvic tilt. Now this anterior and posterior pelvic tilt, these motions are occur in sagittal plane around a coronal axis. Okay. Now in normally aligned pelvis, the ASIS, which is also known as anterior superior iliac spine of the pelvis, lie on a horizontal line with the posterior superior iliac spine and on a vertical line with the symphysis pubis. So I will show you in this diagram. So in this diagram, in the normal position, so as anterior and posterior pelvic tilt occur in sagittal plane, so we have to view in the side view, we have to see analyze the position. Okay, so in the normal position, what will happen? So this is the pelvic bone, this is your femur. Okay, here it is hip joint, this is the lumbar vertebrae, this is our sacrum. As sacrum is here, so this is the posterior side and this is the anterior side, and this is our symphysis pubis, and this is ASIS, and here PSIS will be present. So in normal position, what will happen? ASIS and PSIS will be in horizontal line. Okay, so they will always lie in horizontally, and the ASIS will be lie on a vertical line with the symphysis pubis. Okay, so ASIS and symphysis pubis in the vertical line, and ASIS and PSIS will be in vertical line. So this is in normal position. Now let's see what happened in posterior tilting. So in posterior tilting, what happened? The pelvis will tilt posteriorly. So if the pelvis will tilt posteriorly, then what will happen? What changes will occur? The symphysis pubis, it will move upward. Okay, as you can see, the symphysis pubis is moving upward, and the ASIS, it will move superiorly and towards posteriorly. It will also move superiorly and towards posteriorly, and the sacrum, it is moving towards the femur. It is coming closer or near to the femur. So this is in posterior tilt. Now posterior tilt results in hip joint extension. So whenever posterior tilt will occur, so this will result in hip joint extension. Now next is anterior tilting. Now in anterior tilting, what will happen? The pelvic will tilt anteriorly. Now what are the changes? When the pelvic will tilt anteriorly, then the ASIS, it will move inferiorly and it will go towards anteriorly. Okay, inferiorly and anteriorly the ASIS will go, and the sacrum, it will move away from the pelvic femur. Sacrum will move away from the femur. Okay, so this will happen in anterior tilt. So anterior tilt, it results in hip joint flexion. Okay, so this thing, so these are the changes which is occurring anterior and posterior tilting. Now next movement is our lateral pelvic tilt. Okay, now next movement is lateral pelvic tilt. Now lateral pelvic tilt, it always occurs in frontal plane. Okay, so if it is occur in frontal plane, then the axis will be its anteroposterior axis, or you can say sagittal axis. And this lateral pelvic tilt, it is always occur in unilateral stance. Okay, in bilateral stance also it will occur, but for better understanding we will see it in unilateral stance. Okay, so now so now I'm going to explain the lateral pelvic tilt. For example, suppose when you are standing, okay, erect with both the limb fixed on the ground, then just try to you just try on yourself, you just try to lift your left hip towards your floating rib. Okay, just try to lift your left hip towards your floating rib, towards your rib upside. Okay, then what will happen? When you try to lift your hip, then your leg will also, it will move upward, so it will go in a slight non-weight bearing position. So at that time what will happen? That is known as your hip hiking. So in lateral pelvic tilt, two things occur, that is, one is your hip hiking and another one is your hip pelvic hiking or pelvic drop. So when you try to lift your left hip towards your floating ribs, then at that left side your pelvic hike will occur. And when pelvic hike will occur, so at the left side only your hip joint will go in abduction. Okay, now next we will see what is pelvic drop. Now in pelvic drop, suppose if you are standing in at the edge of the stairs. Okay, so you are standing at the edge of the stairs where your right limb is on the stairs, and you just hang your left limb, okay, outside the stairs. Okay, you just hang your left limb and you put weight, or your right leg will be in the weight bearing position. So at that time what will happen? You just drop on the left side, your pelvic will drop on the left side. So that is known as pelvic dropping. So when the pelvic drop, what will happen on the left side? At that side, the dropping side, there will be adduction will happen. So this is the thing, where whichever side pelvic will hike, at that side abduction will occur, and whichever side pelvic will drop, at that side adduction will occur. Okay, so this is lateral pelvic tilt, and it is always occur in frontal plane around the sagittal axis. Okay, now next is lateral pelvic shift. Okay, now what is the difference between lateral pelvic tilt and lateral pelvic shift? In tilt, what will happen? The iliac crest, I hope all of you know where is iliac crest. The iliac crest, it will either go in hike or elevate, or it will drop. Okay, two things occur in lateral pelvic tilt. In tilt, okay, either your pelvic will go upward, which is known as hiking, and another one is your either your pelvic will drop down, which is known as pelvic drop. So these two things will occur, means your iliac crest, either it will go up or either it will go down. So these things occur in tilt. But in shift, what will happen? Your iliac crest, it will just move outward. Okay, so this is the difference between tilt and shift. So in lateral pelvic shift also, your pelvic will shift towards laterally, like towards one side, either it will be on left side or either it will be on the right side. Okay, and this lateral pelvic shift, this is also occur in frontal plane, like your lateral pelvic tilt, and the axis will be your anteroposterior axis. Okay, now this lateral pelvic shift, this occurs in bilateral stance. Okay, so let's see, I will explain you with this diagram. So this is the diagram for lateral pelvic shift. So as you see, this is the right side of, and this is the left side. So in this diagram, the person, he have stepped forward his left limb. So when he step forward his left limb, what happened? The weight which is present in the entire pelvic region, what he did, he just shift towards the right side. Okay, so when he shift his the hip or the pelvic the weight towards the right side, then what changes occur in the hip bone, in the pelvic bone? You just see the left side of the pelvic it just drop down. Can you see? So this is not in the same line, it is like this. Okay, so what will happen when lateral pelvic shift occur in one side, the other side pelvic will be drop down. Okay, and what will happen to the hip joint? The whichever side the pelvic is shifted, at that side there will be adduction will occur, and on the opposite side there will be abduction will occur. Okay, so this is your lateral pelvic shift. Then last one is your last movement under this topic is our anterior and posterior pelvic rotation, which is also known as forward and backward pelvic rotation. So this rotation, so as we know, rotation movement always occur in transverse plane, okay, around a vertical axis. So here also our anterior and posterior pelvic rotation is occur in transverse plane around a vertical axis. Now what happened in this? So this we can see in both in bilateral as well as in unilateral stance. So when a person, so first of all we will see in bilateral stance how it is occur. So when a person in bilateral stance, means both the feet is fixed on the ground, then if the person tries to step forward, suppose the person he is stepping forward his left limb, okay, forward. So at that time what will happen? The left side of the hip it will go for anterior pelvic rotation or forward pelvic rotation, and the right side of his hip it will go for posterior pelvic rotation or backward pelvic rotation. So this is occur in the bilateral stance. Now we will see in the unilateral stance what happened. In unilateral stance, the person same, okay, the person his left leg he's just try to step it forward, means he is not stepping, he is not keeping his left leg to the ground, he just tries to step forward, means his left leg is in swing phase. Okay, swing phase. So at that time what will happen on the left, okay, on the left hip your pelvic will go anteriorly, so that is your anterior pelvic rotation. Now again the person is moving backward his left leg, okay, left leg he is moving backward, but he means he didn't put his left limb to in the ground, he didn't put his left limb in the ground, he just, it is in the swing phase, okay, but it is towards the back side. So at that time what will happen? The left hip it will go in backward rotation, means posterior pelvic rotation. So this is occur in your unilateral stance. Okay, so I hope you have understood this video. Thank you.